Pay attention. This person will seek you out. It doesn't matter how long it has been since you last spoke or how everything ended. Something inside of them has become unbearable. They miss you. Regret has surfaced, and now they can no longer ignore it. The waiting time is over. They will find a way to get close again. It could be an unexpected message, an unlikely encounter, or an apology you never imagined hearing. God has already decided. What was separated will be confronted by the truth. Be ready. In the next few hours, the unexpected will happen. How will you react? Can you feel it? Something is different. What seemed distant is now close. What felt closed is about to reopen. Nothing is happening by chance. There is a purpose behind this reconnection. God doesn't make mistakes, and He has prepared this moment. This person tried to move on without you. They tried to ignore how much they miss you. They tried to convince themselves that what happened was for the best. But they couldn't, because the truth always finds a way back. Their heart is restless, troubled, unable to go on as if nothing has happened. And now they need to talk to you. You might be thinking, but after everything that happened, after so much time, after so many words spoken, after so many wounds opened? Yes, because God does not allow true bonds to be severed easily. When He wants to restore something, He acts in unexpected ways. Do not ignore the signs. The phone could ring at any moment. A message could appear out of nowhere. Someone might call your name when you least expect it. It could be a quick reunion, a lost glance in the crowd. It could be an apology that comes without explanation, but is filled with regret. You might even doubt it, you might think it's too late. But God doesn't operate on human time. He acts at the right moment. And that moment is now. This person is in an internal conflict. Pride or truth, fear or courage, forgetting or chasing after. You may not see it, but God sees. And what He's doing right now is impossible to avoid. The question is no longer whether this person will return. They've already made their decision. The question now is, what will you do? Their conscience is screaming. Their heart is restless. The fear of losing you for good is greater than any pride. They may try to disguise it, pretending that nothing has changed, that they're still in control, but they are no longer in control. Something is pushing them toward you. A feeling they can't explain, something that only intensifies with each passing hour. They need to see you, hear you, feel your presence. God is at work, and when God acts, nothing can stop it. Pay attention. It can happen at any moment. Are you ready? At any moment, the unexpected will happen. It could be a short message, a simple, "Hi, how are you?" Or even a straightforward confession without pretense. This person might try to appear casual, but deep down, they've already made the decision to come back. And now everything depends on you. Maybe you've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Maybe you thought it would never happen. But here it is. It's real now. And there's no escaping it anymore. They might take a few minutes to gather the courage, maybe even a few hours. But the truth is, the decision has already been made in their heart. And do you know why? Because God is stirring this person's heart. He's bringing to the forefront everything they tried to hide, erase, ignore. They've realized that moving on without you is not an option. Their conscience is weighing heavily. Memories are flooding back. The peace they thought they would have by stepping away never came. And now they're ready to do what they should have done a long time ago. They will seek you out. And when that happens, how will you react? You may even be feeling something right now. A flutter in your stomach, a tightness in your chest, a feeling of certainty inside you. This isn't a coincidence. God is speaking directly to you. He knows how long you've waited, how much you've suffered, how many times you've wondered if this person would ever realize everything they were missing. And now, the answer has arrived. But there's something you need to understand. This person isn't coming back as if nothing happened. They return loaded with emotions, doubts, uncertainties, but also with a genuine desire to reconnect. Maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe they'll start with something silly or superficial. But deep down, the decision has already been made. They want you back. They need your presence, your voice, your gaze. They tried to escape this feeling, but they couldn't, because the truth is greater. And God has already declared, what was separated will be restored. Time is passing. With each minute, the restlessness inside this person grows. They may be holding their phone right now, typing and deleting messages, rehearsing words in their mind, thinking about how to reach out to you. But one thing is for sure, they won't be able to avoid it any longer. It could be in an hour, it could be by the end of the day, but they will come after you, and what will you do? You can choose to forgive. You can choose to listen. You can choose to make space for God to complete this work, or you can close that door forever. The choice is yours, but one thing is certain, this person will return. The question now is, are you ready for it? Wait. Stay alert. At any moment, the unexpected will happen. And when it does, you'll know that this message wasn't by chance. God is in control, and now everything is in your hands. The moment is approaching. Perhaps right now, at this very second, that person is standing there staring at their phone screen, feeling their heart race. The words are right on the tip of their fingers, but fear still holds them back. They know they need to talk to you. They understand that ignoring these feelings is no longer an option. But how to begin? How to break the silence? Maybe they are reminiscing about everything that has happened, the words spoken in the heat of the moment, the gestures that hurt, the decisions that drove you apart. And the weight of it all is crushing their chest. They may have even tried to move on, convincing themselves that they did the right thing. But time has passed, and nothing has filled the void, because the truth can never be replaced. And now, God is pressing down on their heart. They need you. The moment of decision has arrived. They might be hesitant, but fate has already been set in motion. Pride can no longer win. The first step may be timid, but it will be taken. Perhaps a surprising, "Hey," a like on an old photo, a comment that seems a bit out of place. But don't be fooled. This is no coincidence, it's a test. They want to know if there is still space for them in your life. And now, everything depends on you. If you respond, if you show that you're there, the barrier will come down. But if you ignore them, if you pull away, this chance may never come back. Do you understand the weight of this moment? The restlessness is growing. They can no longer pretend that everything is fine. The memories have resurfaced, the emotions have bubbled to the surface, and their heart has only one certainty. They need you. They may have cried in silence. They may have lost sleepless nights trying to figure out what to do. But one thing is for sure. The answer lies with you. And you? What will you do? God is presenting an opportunity, something that doesn't happen all the time. This person will chase after you. But when that happens, you need to be ready. The decision is in your hands. Will you open that door? Will you allow this story to have a new chapter? Or will you end it once and for all? Choose wisely. But know one thing, time is running out. And when this person finally finds the courage, there will be no turning back. Are you ready for what's coming next? The wait is coming to an end. The moment that has been postponed, the one that has been avoided for so long, is about to happen. This person can no longer ignore it. Do you feel it? That energy in the air, that nagging feeling that won't go away. It's not an illusion. It's not just a passing thought. It's a warning. They're about to take action. They have rehearsed 1,000 times what they will say, but nothing seems sufficient. Perhaps they're standing still, phone in hand, staring at your name on the screen, feeling their heart race, trying to find the courage. But courage is no longer a choice. It's a necessity, because God has already decided. This conversation will happen. Pride is losing its grip. The resistance that kept this reunion at bay is dissolving. Time, instead of distancing, has only proven how irreplaceable you are. The void remains, and now this person understands that there's only one way to fill it. They need to come back. They need to hear your voice. They need to feel that there's still something to rebuild, and they can no longer put it off. The signs are everywhere. A song that plays out of nowhere and brings back memories. A disturbing dream that jolts them awake. A name, a phrase, an image that appears when they least expect it. It's God speaking. It's God showing that there's still something to resolve. And now, the weight of this absence is crushing their heart. They tried to avoid it. They tried to ignore it. But time has only brought more certainty. They need you. The phone will ring. The message will arrive. The approach, even if subtle, will happen. What was interrupted is now finding its way back. But are you prepared to listen? Are you ready for this reconnection? Because when it happens, you won't have any doubts. Destiny is fulfilling itself, and the choice will be yours. Pay attention. At any moment, this person could surprise you. And when that happens, remember this message. Nothing happens by chance. God is in control. Now everything is in your hands. The next few hours will be decisive. The weight of distance can no longer be carried. The attempts to move on without you have failed. This person tried to escape these feelings but couldn't. Time has only strengthened what they felt. And now there's no turning back. They need to act. The silence that once felt comfortable now hurts. The absence that seemed bearable now suffocates. The need to talk to you has become urgent, and you need to be alert. Something is about to happen. The excuses no longer make sense. This person may have justified their distance in several ways. They may have told themselves it was for the best, that they needed space, that there was no turning back. But now none of that matters, because their heart is crying out for you. They tried to avoid it, tried to ignore it, tried to fill the void you left, but nothing was enough. And now the only choice left is to reach out to you. The decision has already been made. They might try to delay a little longer. They may hesitate out of fear of your reaction, but one thing is certain, they will no longer be able to avoid you. The pride that held this person back is crumbling. The doubts that prevented them from acting are being crushed by the desire to have you nearby. And in the next moment, something will manifest. Perhaps you will feel it. Perhaps you will notice the signs. But when it happens, there will be no more doubts. Be prepared. They may try to start subtly, testing the waters, or they might come at you all at once with an open heart, unafraid to expose their feelings. But one thing is certain. This reconnection will not be a mistake. It's a certainty that God has allowed. A certainty that had to happen, and now the choice is before you. At any moment, the unexpected will happen. And when it does, remember that this message didn't reach you by chance. Now it's up to you. The waiting is about to end. This person can't take it anymore. The weight of silence has become unbearable. Pride fought for as long as it could, but it lost. And now the only option left is to come to you. Her heart is racing, rehearsing words, looking for ways to break through this barrier. She has thought about calling you several times, opening and closing the chat without the courage to send the message. But now she knows she needs to act. The fear of losing you forever has overcome any hesitation, and God has already determined. What was separated by circumstances will be united by purpose. Do you feel this? Something is different in the air. The time of distance has ended. The time for reconciliation has arrived. This person may try to hide it, may act as if nothing has changed, but the truth is that she has already made a decision. She is going to chase after you. And when that happens, it will be impossible to deny that this message was a warning. God is already moving the pieces. What is about to happen? Right now, this person is experiencing an internal conflict. Pride wants to hold her back, but longing is winning. Memories come rushing back like flashes. The moments that seemed buried are resurrecting, one by one, bringing to light everything that was felt. Her mind tries to justify the distance, but her heart knows it can't resist any longer. She feels a void that no one else has filled. No other place has brought comfort. No other person has replaced you. Time has passed, but the truth remains intact. And now this person knows she needs to come back. God is in control. Nothing is happening by chance. God is pushing this person back to you. He is showing in every way possible that this separation was not permanent, that this story is not over, that there is still something to be restored. And when God speaks, no one can ignore it. This person may have run from the truth for a long time. They might have tried to convince themselves that moving on was the best choice. But now the resistance has crumbled. Longing has turned into a need. And this need will reveal itself, perhaps in an unexpected encounter, perhaps in a short message, trying to break the ice, perhaps in a heartfelt confession, letting out everything that has been held inside for so long. But one thing is certain, you will know. Because when this person returns, you'll feel that this is exactly what God was preparing for you. The moment is near. With each passing second, this person's anxiety grows. The fear of running out of time, of not being able to return, of seeing you move on without looking back is crushing their heart. They do not want to lose you. In the coming moments, something will happen. It could be a message, it could be an unexpected phone call, it could be a meeting that seemed unlikely. But this reconnection has already been decreed in the heavens. And now the only question left is, what will you do when this happens? You can choose to listen. You can choose to forgive. You can choose to give a second chance to what seemed lost, or you can close that door forever. But whatever your choice, know that this moment is divine. God has already worked for this to happen. He has already acted in this person's heart. He has already removed the barriers that prevented this reunion. Now everything is in your hands. Are you ready? The time for waiting is over. The next few hours will be crucial. Stay alert. The signs are everywhere. The unexpected is about to happen. And when it does, remember this message. Nothing is by chance. God is in control. The time has come. God is acting. Comment, I believe, subscribe, and like for more messages.